Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we're going to be taking a look at Sonia. That's right, Sonia's making her debut in the Pokemon trading card game. Now, we know that Sonia is Magnolia's assistant in the game. That's not news, this was announced long before the game came out. And we know that Professor Magnolia is a phenomenal supporter card. So the question is, can Sonia hold up? Is she any good? And the answer is, not bad. Not bad at all. Now our translation comes from the lovely Antoine Boulet, a very lovely person, been helping us out with most of the translations today. That's disingenuous, he's done them all. Yay! And what we see here is a new supporter card. Search your deck for either up to 2 basic Pokemon or up to 2 basic energy cards, put them into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Oh yeah, no, this is actually really, really good. This is really, really good. However, it reminds me very much of an old card, which is very, very similar and, well, frankly, better, ladies and gentlemen. You see, a while back, we actually had Roseanne's Research. This was back around the Diamond and Pearl era. And Roseanne's Research let you search your deck for up to 2 in any combination of basic Pokemon and basic energy cards, show them to your opponent, and put them into your hand. So instantly, this is not as good as Roseanne's Research. Because you see, Roseanne's Research gave you the opportunity to search for 1 Pokemon and 1 basic energy, whereas this is 1 or 2 Pokemon, or 1 or 2 energy. Again, it's using that new terminology which Pokemon is using in the Sword and Shield era, which is up to. Although, to be fair, when you're getting from your deck, it was always up to, even if it didn't say it, because, of course, the content of your deck is secret, so you cannot have to get 2 Pokemon, because otherwise you'd have to prove that you don't have 2 Pokemon, which means that you would then have to show your opponent your deck, which would be very unfair. So it's not as good as Roseanne's Research. Now, Roseanne's Research actually was a phenomenal card back in the day, which saw a huge amount of play. Though, like any card back in that era, we have to remember the context that it was when we had Claydol and Uxie. So you had really, really good draw using Pokemon, so you could use something like Roseanne's Research, get a Uxie and an Energy, and then use Uxie to draw a bunch of cards. Or you could go and get, a couple of Baltoy ready for Claydol, knowing that you weren't going to need to draw any cards next turn, etc., because you've already got the Claydol to draw them. It was a different era. It was a very, very good card, but it's not good enough to just say, oh, Roseanne's used to be amazing, it will be amazing now. We got to remember the differences between them. And I will say that I still like Sonia. 2 basic Pokemon or 2 basic energy cards straight to your hand. Because here's the thing, right? Isn't this just Fan Club? And Fan Club sees a bunch of play. Now, Fan Club was most recently reprinted in Forbidden Light. And if we have a quick look at the Fan Club from Forbidden Light, search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon, reveal them, put them into your hand. So this is inarguably better than Pokemon Fan Club. This is objectively a better card than Pokemon Fan Club, which actually also did use the up to terminology. Maybe it's always said that from your deck, just your discard pile's changed. Anyway, this is better than Fan Club because Fan Club gets you up to 2 basic Pokemon. This gets you up to 2 basic Pokemon or up to 2 basic energy. So frankly, take all your copies of Pokemon Fan Club, put them in the bin, or dispose of them in some other manner. However, and I don't really know why you would, but you could play 4 Pokemon Fan Club and 4 Sonia, so maybe go get them back out the bin. I don't really know why you'd ever need to. But essentially, if you want to play a 5th Sonia that can only get Pokemon, then Fan Club will do it. Because this is just Fan Club where you can also get energy. And there is no reason to play a version that can't get energy. I mean, okay, maybe you're playing something like an Alolan Ninetales deck that doesn't play any energy, so it becomes irrelevant. But no. This is a very good card, and Fan Club sees some play. It's not an amazing staple in every single deck, but Fan Club does see some play. The thing is, we've got other cards for searching out Pokemon at the moment. We've got Professor Round's Lecture, lets you get free Pokemon, basics or otherwise, with 60 HP or less, and put them into your hand. We've got Pokemaniac, which also lets you search out free Pokemon, though they have to have a retreat cost of exactly 4. We've got Professor Oak's Setting, which lets you get free Pokemon, but they're only basics, and they have to be of 3 different types, and they have to go straight onto your bench. Okay. So Professor Oak's setup is good, but it's in a very specific kind of deck. Although do remember that Ditto Prism Star being a colourless Pokemon will be what puts a bunch of decks from, I only want to search for 2 different types, to, oh, well, I'm playing 2 different types, but hey, I'll use Ditto as a colourless, and then that's 3 different types, and we're good to go. But these go straight to your hand, unlike Professor Oak's Setting, which means you can use coming into play abilities immediately. You can search for any HP of Pokemon and any retreat cost of Pokemon. And this is where Fan Club has really filled the niche. Fan Club has been the, look, I just want to search for a couple of Pokemon, but they've got different HP and retreat costs, and they might be the same type. Whatever it is, I don't want to be constrained. I just want to be able to get whatever 2 basic Pokemon I like. And in that regard, it's really, really good. It does the job. But we also need to remember that in Sword and Shield, we're getting Quick Ball and Evolution Incense. Quick Ball gets your basic Pokemon out nice and easily, and Evolution Incense gets your evolved Pokemon out nice and easily. And then do we really need something like this? And don't get me wrong, we still played Fan Club back when we had stuff like Nest Ball and Ultra Ball, but it saw less play. Now, in terms of getting the energy, we can just plain play Lady. Like, if you're just going after energy, Lady is better. Lady gets 4 basic energy and puts them into your hand rather than 2. But this isn't a card you play to get the energy. This is a card you play to get the Pokemon and then go, oh, I can get energy as well if I want to. I've got the option to get energy if that's what I'm into. And I kind of like it for that. It really does not strike me as a kind of meta-defining card that Professor Magnolia is. We're looking at a deck list coming out of Japan since Sword and Shield dropped, and Professor Magnolia is absolutely everywhere. It's a phenomenal card, but it's also a really fast, aggressive draw card, so I suppose it makes perfect sense. This is not that. But imagine you're playing multiple different types of basic energy. And I don't know if you would play it in the deck, but something like Arceus and Alga and Palkia uses metal and water energy, and things like this are becoming a little more common, so maybe this can fit in nicely. I mean, we've got the Victini from Unified Minds, which will search out really nicely all the energy you need. I mean, for a single fire energy, you get to search for 2 basic energy cards of different types, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So maybe in a deck playing multiple different types of basic energy, this could be it. And it's still better than Energy Spinner when you're going after your energy, so it's not bad. It's just we've got better options for the energy. But we don't have better options for getting Pokemon and energy. Yeah, sure, if we had Roseanne's Research in the format right now, I'd be saying, this is objectively worse than Roseanne's Research, and there is literally no reason to play it until Roseanne's rotates out. But it rotated out a long time ago. And what we're left with is a nice supporter card that's going to fill a niche. There are going to be a lot of decks that do not want to play Sonia. There are going to be a lot of decks that have got so many other ways of getting their Pokemon, the ones I've run through in this video, that they don't need to play it for that. And there's no reason you're going to play it for the energy. But then there are going to be those decks that play a bunch of different basic Pokemon with different HPs and retreat costs and all of that, and that do play a couple of different types of energy, and where something like this will be absolutely amazing. So let's give it a nice solid Garner Variety, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill, standard, free Wassies. I don't think anyone is going to look at this and say, it's a savior, it's going to transform the game. But I do think that a bunch of people are going to look at this and go, oh, that'll fit nicely in this deck where I'm doing a bunch of different stuff. This will be really good for helping to get my Pokemon and my energy out. I can make use of this. Roseanne's Research was better, but it was also in a format where we had really over-the-top good Pokemon draw, the likes of which we just haven't seen back since. It was a different card at a different time. That doesn't mean that this isn't absolutely worth a play. But I'd like to know at this stage if you are going to be playing it and what you think about it. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't have any Pokemon in. But they're still pretty gosh darn good. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.